Welcome to Good Rookies Podcast. My name is Faheem.
And my name is Nelly J, and we are Good Rookies.
That's right.
Yes, guys. This is episode number 5, y'all. Oh my goodness, excitement in the air. We got some superstars on the podcast tonight. Yes, I'm gonna say that right now. Okay, these are Toronto-owned superstars. So, Faheem, please introduce our guest this evening.
That's right. So, actually, I want to put some respect on your craft. Normally, it's like we got some rappers in the house. I want to refer to you as recording artists.
Ooh, recording.
Appreciate that.
All right,
that's I like right.
That. First recording artist we got up tonight on the podcast, episode number 5. We have Bodie.
Thank you, guys.
You got some things cooked up right now. Bodie, why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, my name is Bodie Official. Thanks, guys, for having me. This is great. So I just recently released a song called One Step. Essentially, the song just touches on all the issues going on right now. You know, police brutality, from all the victims, from, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin. So it kind of addresses the issue in terms of racial injustice. And I just recently dropped it. It actually debuted on Toronto Rappers.
Ooh.
Right? So, yeah, it's on Toronto Rappers, so you can check it out.
TorontoRappers.com.
Shout out to Toronto Rappers, by the way. Good looking. It's on YouTube as well, so feel free to check it out. Bodie Official, One Step.
Well, we run that right now for you.
All right, go ahead. So this is One Step, Bodie Official. Check it out.
And now the roof is caving in. 12 years a slave, I waited patiently. Post-traumatic pain from all the systemic racism. Treat me like a slave. Cops shooting and we just trying to live. They tell us to stop looting, but life is far from a bliss. Shoot me till I'm dead. Shoot me till I'm dead. Kaepernick took a knee and now they're kneeling on our necks. I'm black and intelligent. I'm black and successful. Arrest and they kill us and ain't nobody to rescue. I'm Martin with a dream, so this fight is revengeful. And we gon' put our fists up. And we gon' put our fists up. Burn the city down. Ain't no love in the system. Ain't no love in the system. Ain't no love in the system.
As Bodie, what's that?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, we're honored to have you on the podcast. We're honored that you're dropping your song. And hey, everyone listening, everyone watching, check out the video.
That's right. And recording artist number 2, we have Has.
Yes. Peace.
Has.
I had to do the Hulk Hogan.
Love it.
Well, you got it right. I go by the name Has. Some of y'all know me as Has the Rude Boy. That piece is really important. Just like Bodie, I was also featured on TorontoRappers.com. I dropped a freestyle and I got really good reviews on that. I would say I'm like a retiree type of artist. I'm in and out of retirement. But you can find my work on my Instagram page, Has the Rude Boy, and you can check out the link in the bio, and it'll link you to all of my other music on Bandcamp. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here and I'm ready to get this started.
Nice. Well, let's run into your new track right now.
Shout out Rude Boy Rhetoric, myself, Has. Peace.
I am in a whole other tax bracket. Broke, but I'm back at it, so you could add taxes. Y'all better buy my rookie card now, cause after this year, the price ain't coming down. I'm overcharging people for what they did to my ego. Pick dead last gym class for playing b-ball. What you thought I forgot? No. Thought I would flop? No. I Jimmy Fly snooker drop folk from the top rope. Was all fun and games, but games I ain't playing, cause playing games ain't fun when you ain't winning the game you playing. I lay low, I play post, get the ball when I want, whatever I say go. I'm the 2016 Shaq and Kobe. I don't care if we beef, bring them rings back home. Man, I'm back on my bully shoot. Alumni, spit the supercalifragilistic SB one time.
Okay.
I like it.
Has.
I thought it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounded dope.
Thank you.
All right, Nelly J.
Awesome, y'all. So we're getting into our first segment, Zoned In, Zoned Out. And I wanted to kind of talk about this first because as we all saw, a Canadian did his damn thing, and he took down a favorite in the playoffs for the NBA called I think they're called the Los Angeles Clippers. Is it the Clippers? Faheem? Is that their name? I think a guy named Kawhi left the Raptors thinking that we weren't good enough for another final run.
Yeah,
anyway,
that guy.
So Jamal Murray smacked them, and I'm bringing it up because we all remembered in our previous episode that Pat Bev and Mr. PG-13, Pandemic P, right?
PG 13%.
They were laughing at Dame Dalla for what? For missing free throws in the bubble. Okay, and they're like, oh, pack your bags for Cancun, all this smack, right? So Dame and CJ Cullum during that game was heckling them, but also laughing at the fact that they're now going home themselves. So what's your thoughts on that, guys? On the whole entire irony of Kawhi losing to a Canadian, and of course Dame and his tweets about Pat Bev, hey, Cancun's also ready for you too, brother.
Right.
Faheem, man, you go first, bro.
So first of all, Kawhi got sent home from a man from Kitchener, Ontario. So I just wanted to say, big up to Kitchener, Ontario. Big up Jamal Murray. And, in regards to Paul George, PG-13, what else is there to say, really? Man hit side of the backboard. Last 2 days, I've just been really all talked out about it, and just let it slide.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know what? I don't mean to put the pun in there, but I hate to burst the bubble since they're playing in the bubble, but reality caught up to them, and from a sportsmanship standpoint, it's fun in games when you're having fun in games, but when it comes back to bite you, and now they're all playing golf, you might want to rethink your words a little bit in your sportsmanship. So I just think that karma just came back and did what karma does.
And I kind of agree with that. I mean, you look at Kawhi, the caliber of player that he is. Game 7, no show. Game 7.
Nope.
We look at Paul George, historically, never shows up, right? And then to go on Twitter and get at Damian Lillard, it's like, really? Like, you got to close the game. Yeah, you won the series, but now you got to close the game, right? You got to win the next round. And he's been struggling throughout the whole series. And I really think, like you said, it came back and kind of karma.
You would think with Trump, hate to get too political, but you would think with Trump, you would kind of be a little more careful about going on Twitter and saying things, because it may not come to fruition the way you think it will, but I think they might have learned their lesson now. That's just my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And not only that, we heard that other players were talking smack to other players in the bubble that they're going home soon. So the entire Clippers team were talking trash to everyone. A year ago, Pat Bev told LeBron what? It's over for you, LeBron, when they got Kawhi and Paul George. And look what happened. So all I'm saying is that Dame had the last laugh, and we're all laughing with him.
Well, Dame might still have the last laugh. Dame, keep in mind, he's an MC. He raps.
That's right.
So they're not, I wouldn't have them thinking they're in the clear, because Dame's got a lot of time on his hands right now. And a lot of ink be going down. So on the Dame, you guys heard the Dame tribute song for Kobe.
Did.
Oh,
certainly
did.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard, if anyone hasn't heard the track, check it out. It's Dame featuring Snoop Dogg. And just real quick, your thoughts on the track.
I think the track was I thought it was a really good track, actually. I'm like, this is bopping. I actually added to my playlist for the gym, so that track will be on my playlist for Lex Day. But no, it's a good track. I like Snoop Dogg on it, because everyone knows Snoop is a huge Laker fan, Kobe fan. I like the actual lyrics. I like the beat. I like the entire song about Kobe. Even the whole the chorus, everything on the song I'm a fan of. I actually can't wait for the video to come out because I'm all about visuals. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing the video to see how they kind of envision. I'm hoping it'll be like Kobe, maybe his kids. Like I'm hoping they'll have a little thing in it with Gianna, with Gigi on it. So yeah, I want to see that video still. But no, Dame did his thing on that track, so he's winning for sure.
I couldn't agree anymore. For a split second, I forgot that he was a ball player when I heard the song because his skills are there. You like, as an artist myself, when I was listening to it, I said, I'm not getting the, sorry Shaq, but I'm not getting the Shaq vibe where it's like it's a basketball player trying to rap. I really felt like it was a rapper, and it was done tastefully. You know, a tribute to Kobe Bryant, the King of LA, or one of the kings of LA in terms of basketball. And then you get the King of LA with Snoop Dogg to assist the song. It was tastefully done, and it was a great tribute. And I really have respect for Dame. I look at him as a rapper as well as a basketball player. So he's got my vote. He's got my vote.
Yeah, I'm with you, Has. I actually enjoyed the song. There was a point in time when he was rapping when I literally felt like he was having a conversation with Kobe. I got that, yeah. Like when he said I looked into his eyes or something, right? So I
Yeah,
felt
you were
like he was
right
having
there.
a conversation, and I was almost present in that. So I was like, his ability to kind of paint pictures with words, I thought that was off the roof. It's not too many times that you get, basketball players trying to rap and they have that that skill set to be able to paint pictures the way Nas does and things like that. So I thought that was pretty dope. I thought that was dope.
Agree.
Dope
Right.
record. Yeah.
So also Derek Milano was featured on it also. So it's Dame, Derek Milano, and also Snoop Dogg. I just want to say this, coming to what Bodie said, you made a very good point in regards to how personal it felt. Usually with tribute tracks, they really tug at your heartstrings, right? I think of I'll Be Missing You.
Yes.
From with Big, and Puffy did it. Now, this is not a shot at Puff at all, because we all know Puff said, "Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks." But Puffy didn't write that very personal song. It was actually Sauce Money. Jay-Z wrote that track. He penned it for Puff, right? So I mean, that's what makes this one, pretty special, because I feel very confident that Dame didn't have anyone write this for him. I felt it's something that he had a relationship with Kobe, especially Snoop had a relationship with Kobe. So, yeah, if anyone out there hasn't heard the track, just look it up. Dame Dollar, Kobe. It's well worth the listen.
It's a bop. Put it on your playlist, y'all. It's good.
Talented brother, man. Talented.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, I was kind of not happy with Dame and the whole Shaq beef. I'm like, man, why you gotta beef with Shaq? Because I love Shaq. But I'm like, this track, I'm like, okay, Dame. All right, Dame Dollar. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan. Okay. Okay, brother. I'm a fan.
He left you no choice.
Like, Nelly J, I'm going to get you on my side. And he won. Yes.
So let's go into some zoned in, zoned out. I just want to really zone in on something. This is actually huge. Okay. I'm not sure if anyone's been made aware of this, but Justin Timberlake from it, formerly of NSYNC, has put together a group that is going to be the first Major League Baseball all minority owned team in Nashville, where he's from. Can we clap that in for a moment? Let's think about this here. The first Black owned Major League Baseball franchise is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Real quick, right off the top, I just want to cover some points. First of all, the entire franchise is based around Afrocentricity. And when I say that is, the Negro Leagues was in Nashville back in the day. They're a semi-pro team. So what Justin and his team are doing they're going to rename, or they're actually, I shouldn't say rename, they are going to name this team in Nashville the Nashville Stars. which is a tribute to the Negro Leagues team that was in Nashville 50, 60 years ago.
Back in the 40s.
Huge. First of all, thoughts on that?
I am like, it's touching that we have an ally. Like, just first of all, Justin's been for our culture, but I'm happy that we have an ally that like is actually putting his mouth and his money in the same facet. You know, people talk about, oh, Black Lives Matter, you know, they have the black square, but then they vanish. But Timberlake's like, you know what? How can I contribute to this community that's been oppressed? And I feel like not only having this team in the stars, but also ensuring that the ownership and the money is staying within that community of Nashville, staying with, I think, a couple of MLB players as well in this group. I think he's doing it in a very good way. I think they're actually doing it before without him, but Justin was added to help push it. So from what I read, I think before they didn't have Timberlake, but by having his name on the bill is going to help them get that. So him knowing, you know what, guys, if I can help you guys get this goal done by having my name, no problem. Because, hey, he's profited from the black people for years. Like, his producers were black, his dancers were black, you know what I mean? So for him to say, you know what, I can help you guys get there by having my name on the bill, use me all you want. So shout out to Justin Timberlake. I think it's dope.
I agree. I definitely think it bodes well for him. You know, his name is very popular. It's a noteworthy name out there, so it will definitely bring attention to the cause. I think Dave Stewart, who used to be a pitcher for the Blue Jays, is also a part of that. I have his autograph.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
nice,
no.
nice.
But I think he's a stern-looking dude, though. I wouldn't get him.
Hold on, you
upset.
have Dave Stewart. You have Dave Stewart's autograph.
Dave Stewart's autograph. Baseball was my first love. It's a long story. I used to play baseball. Yeah,
No
I do.
way.
I do.
What?
That's
Yeah, I have a question for you.
I
Though.
think it's really dope. Yes.
So,
Go
is
for
this
it.
from the '93 World Series? Is that when you got the autograph, or this is outside of that?
Around that time, I used to play rookie ball in a little exhibition league. Won my little trophy, and I got to meet him. And as I said, he was a stern-looking dude. But I have a few autographs from a few of the Blue Jays in that era. It's just amazing that he's a part of this. I at first had a little bit of mixed feelings, you know, when you see certain things in the headlines and the climate of society right now with race. I just wanted to make sure the intentions were pure. And I know that lending his name to this does give a lot of notoriety and attention to the cause, and it's an honorable one. I just want to see where this goes from here. Like, it's already a good start, but I do in my heart want to see where this goes from here, just to see if the intentions are really pure, if you're just cashing in on the moment right now, because, you know, we know what's going on in the world right now. So I don't want it to feel sort of like a cash in.
Yeah.
That's my honest opinion.
Yeah, in terms of how I feel about it, I think it's a good move, especially right now with the whole racial injustice. I occasionally watch baseball. I'm not a huge baseball fan, but I do watch baseball occasionally. And, you know, just doing some research prior to this and, you know, just looking up, just a question to everyone, is there a black owner in baseball right now?
There's minority owners, I think, but I don't think
No
black,
major.
major owners. I don't think. Do you know, Faheem, if there are any black?
No major owners that are black in baseball, major leagues right now.
So I think this will definitely be a great opportunity, bridge the gap, especially with Justin Timberlake being the face of it, bring the music aspect, bridge the gap with sports, baseball. I think it's a win-win. And as mentioned, I hope the intention's pure. As long as the intention's pure, especially during these times, it's a very sensitive matter. So it's something that I'm definitely looking forward to see how it pans out as well. And most of all, Justin's from Memphis, right? So
Right.
I think
Yes.
That's home.
out. He's from Memphis.
That's
That's
home
hometown for him.
In regards to his intention, so what they've done is they put together a board so far that's apparently 30% diverse already, right off jump. So there's already that intention of keeping it what they say. And one thing which is really cool is this. They have to build a stadium in Nashville. So even before soil has been dug up. They said, you know what? Let's make this stadium 42,000. And the number 42 has significance in baseball because that's in honor of Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
They have Jackie Robinson Day across the entire Major League Baseball once a year. So just the fact that the stadium is going to be 42,000 in honor of Jackie Robinson, we just know that this is going in the direction that we wanted to. I'll say this, in regards to baseball, I'm the most casual baseball follower. I follow baseball most when the Jays are doing great. Like I know, I know which teams and what pitchers are doing what, but I'm really not that emotionally invested in baseball, to tell you the honest truth, right? I'll tell you this though, my team is the Blue Jays. If this team comes to Nashville, I have a second team. I will be heavily invested in this Nashville Stars just off the card.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rightfully
As you
so.
should.
I would have.
As we should.
For me,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
as we
mind
should,
buying
right.
like their stuff because I know it's going towards their like, yeah, like for me, knowing that is all my Black people and minority owners, definitely would be invested in getting merch and supporting it for sure, to show that Black owners can also be successful in sports. You know what I mean? Like our players do well, but hopefully with The Rock, what he's doing and MLS, hopefully we can get more of this, but we need more Black owners in sports. I mean, most sports are us. So it's like, we need to also make some money off of that as well. So I'm hoping in the future we get more ownership for sure.
And I think the key thing to this as well, just to add to your point, Janelle, is the fact that we're looking at major owners here. We're not looking at minor owners. It's not a stake. We're not saying shareholders of 2 point something percent. Right. I think we see that in a lot of sports, especially basketball. We see it in basketball too, right? Magic Johnson with the Lakers. Right. And I really think with this, we're focusing on major ownership. That's what we're focusing on, right? So so I think it's huge. It's massive. This could be incredible if it works out, right? So
I don't see anything stopping it, to be honest with you.
Right.
I don't see anything. And now that the word is getting out there, the support, how we're going to support, right? So it can only go up from here.
But like, you know what, truthfully, like I didn't even really know about this until Faheem brought it up. I'm like, what? Timberlake MLB? And I looked into it. So for those who were like me that didn't know about Timberlake and this movement, please look into it. And if you can, support it. Talk about it. Hopefully, if more of us talk about it, they see that there's interest in the team. So I'm hoping that, we can somehow in a small way promote this new team, because that'll be dope.
Super.
So do we forgive JT now for the whole Janet thing? Is he in our good books now?
He's good money,
Not
man.
yet. Let him close he has to close the deals. We need more bidding. We need to close the deal.
Honestly, that will always be salty in my mouth. And I'm actually now like thinking about Swiss Beats saying Janet doesn't have enough, like, in Versus.
Dead wrong.
Swiss Beats said that Janet Jackson doesn't have enough music to go up against Missy Elliott. She want to blast my Swiss Beats, get out of here, man.
Yeah, he's out of line. He's out of pocket for that.
Out of pocket.
Out of line, out of his mind, out of everything.
Swiss, bro.
Straight up.
It's funny because even like Missy was like, Swiss, no. Like Janet, like she goes, without Janet, I wouldn't be where I am. So she's like, Janet has been making songs. So I'm happy Missy was like supporting Janet Jackson, but I'm like, Swiss, really, bro? Do you know? No. In the 80s, Janet was lit, okay?
She's iconic. She's iconic.
How soon we forget.
All right, Nelly J, hit us with For the Culture.
So for the culture topic this week, we are so excited because this is a young superstar that's going into her own. She's only 22. And she won, I don't know if you know her, but she won the U.S. Open for the second time. Her name is Naomi Osaka, okay? My girl, okay? When she won, Naomi's Osaka. I said Osaka.
Oh, you know what? And that's his...
I was like, Lord. Sorry, Naomi. Sorry, girl. Sorry, I got excited. But not only did she win, every match she played, she wore a mask to bring awareness to Black people that were killed by police officers in the States. So the 7 names that she wore a mask to were for Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Philando Castile, and Tamir Rice. Okay, and she was really talking about the victims of racial injustice, and she brought awareness through every match, for every press conference, and even when she won, she brought it up again. And on top of that, my girl wore her Kobe jersey with her trophy, and the next day she came in African traditional gear and her head wrap. Okay, she's so for the culture. So I want to get you guys feedback on what she did during the U.S. Open, your thoughts on her protests and how she's bringing awareness to the situation, and I guess how it made you feel seeing someone at 22, being so mature and also understanding that she has a platform to promote and to kind of talk about these kind of issues in America.
All right. So first of all, I just want to ask, Naomi Osaka, is she Black?
She's half Black, half Japanese.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah, she's Black.
Bodie.
Yeah, she's Black.
Taz.
She Black.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just want to. Okay, that's
Black.
cool. No, because so in some circles they like to put the reign of, oh, she's the first Asian player to ever be ranked #1. So I just wanted to know if that's what's happening out here, if she's being seen as Asian, or but yeah, her dad is Haitian, he's Black, mom's from Japan, and I agree. I decided to kind of get a temperature of,
no, for sure. And it's cool because I think you're right, Faheem. I know in Japan they talk about her Asian side more, and then everywhere else in the world they call her Black. But I think Japan also endorses her and supports her too. So I get what you're saying, but I mean, she's Black, and if we think she was Black, she made sure she was blackity Black for the entire tournament. Like, right. She made sure no one questioned her authenticity, because she wore those masks like every
right.
game. Like, what up?
Yeah.
Black Power Fist. That's right.
Yeah, like
no, just because she has the Japanese last name, right? So that's what kind of throws people off, I think.
Yeah.
So so shout out to Naomi Osaka. Yeah, she's #1 highest paid female tennis player right now, 22 years old, hitting stride, taking over. I don't know if you remember, Nelly J, but about a year ago, we had a discussion about Serena Williams, and she's on the tail end of her career. And you remember I said we had a discussion of, will Serena win another major? And you were hedging toward, yeah, I think she'll get one. She'll get one
more. I think she almost won.
That's fair. I mean, it's not too late. At that time, I was like, that Father Time is undefeated, and I'm leaning towards she's not, like, her time is out. Like, she's not going to win another major. The young girls are just coming up too strong, and here we are a year later, and Serena was bounced out. And these young girls right now, there's a change in the guard. So the way Serena had the run, she passed the torch, and she passed to Naomi Osaka right now, and Osaka's running with it. And so we have to, big her up and give her some respect.
You want us to speak on this piece, I'm guessing? Just
right.
Yeah, your feedback on what she did.
I definitely feel like there's a passing of the torch, and it's right now in the right hands. For a 22-year-old with such poise, such maturity, risking her career, her sponsorship, for social injustice, and using a sport to make change and to be a catalyst of the new world we want to live in, and inclusion. Same with the likes of LeBron James. I think it's very honorable, and I think that if sponsors want to dismiss her because she's being vocal, it just further speaks to the climate we're in right now. Shut up and dribble culture. And I think she's standing against it and doing it with such maturity and professionalism that it almost makes the media look like they lost credibility, because she's doing it in a tasteful manner. And I love when people of color do that, when they prove everybody wrong. They don't react in the manner in which they can say, you see, this is why we don't do this, or you see, this is, they do it with poise. So now it puts the lens back on you now. It makes you wonder, like, well, maybe we're the issue here, you know? So I have the utmost respect for her. I too was calling her Naomi Osaki, and now that I'm seeing her name in the news a lot more often, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Like Osaka, I'm getting it now, and I just think it's honorable, and the torch is in the right hands, and I want to see her run with it.
As echo the same sentiment. It's word for word. The only thing I'll add to that, like I said, like I mean, as you mentioned earlier, I mean, the truth of the matter is, again, she's 22 years old. I think we need to be aware of that. And she's putting everything on the line. She has a platform, right, which is to play tennis. This is a platform. We share ideas and things like that. And for her to put everything on the line and communicate the message that she wanted to put out there, irrespective of where she's from, right? She's from a Japanese culture where it's more of a collectivist, you know, culture. They don't really express individualism per se, right? Because they have expectations of how people should behave in the media and things like that. So for her to kind of go against that because she's influenced by the US culture, I think that's amazing. And for me, she has the utmost respect for me. My respect for her actually went through the roof when I realized she did that. You know, 7 match. I'm gonna put 7 masks up, and I'm gonna put the names of each, you know, victims from police brutality and put them on the mask. I thought that was brilliant. That was amazing.
Calculated and strategic.
Very
agree.
strategic.
I agree.
But it's a little disheartening though to hear people criticizing her, even though this is social awareness. She's bringing the social awareness of the issue, and people are criticizing her. That she should be getting praised for this, right? So that's a little disheartening, but that's the duality of life, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think that's part of the issue that's happening with her sponsors. Her being the number one sponsored female tennis player right now. Her Japanese sponsors, put it this way, her U.S. sponsors, they're not openly coming out and saying, hey, you know, we don't want her to be involved with this political movement here. But her Japanese ones, they're not shying away with letting people know that they love supporting Naomi Osaka, but they're not too pleased with her stance in regards to Black Lives Matter. One thing we have to realize also is she was born in Japan, but she moved to the United States like when she was young, like she was like 3-4 years old. She was a kid when she moved to the United States, right? So there's still very much, you know, the U.S. culture is in her as much as she follows her Japanese.
Her boyfriend's a rapper, and he wore the from the police at the championship. Like
YBN Corday, or actually he dropped the YBN, so just Corday now.
Like
pretty dope. Pretty dope too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
dope.
he is.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add though. You said you know, something about politicizing. They don't want her to bring politics into it. Racial equality isn't politics. You know, there's nothing political about that. It's a right. It's a right. So I feel like we're moving into the political spectrum where every matter that seems to be a predominantly Black matter, it's politicized, and then it takes the humanity out of it, and it makes it sound like a talking piece that we're just complaining. So if we say Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, blue lives matter, and then it becomes why does your life matter more than mine? You know, we're not saying that your life doesn't matter. We're just saying recognize that our life matters, right? So I think society is being willfully ignorant on this matter and politicizing everything to take the humanity out of it. And you know, it's just a shame. But that's why I appreciate what Osaka's doing even more.
And you know what? I think if those, like, listen, this is a cheat code. This happened before. Like, this is history happening again. If you're not on the right side of history, it's going to bite you in the butt in 20 years. So if you're not with the movement, you will get left, because right now the world's moving in a different direction. And like you mentioned, it's not politics. It's is human rights. It's saying that a Black person who's sleeping in her bed shouldn't be killed and have 45 bullets in her house while she's sleeping. Like,
Right.
people are forgetting that these victims that she's naming are people. Ahmaud Arbery, he was jogging down the street. I go jogging on the street. No one's shooting at me. So these are people that were unarmed, Black people that were killed, and they were unarmed. So I think people are speaking out of context, and they're speaking on things that they have no knowledge of. So I'm happy Osaka for the culture. She brought up things. And one thing she actually tweeted, which I love about her, to close it off, is that she said this. She's like, I would like to thank my ancestors because every time I remember their blood runs through my veins, I'm reminded that I cannot lose.
Drops mic.
A
Drops
Black
mic.
woman, okay?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
Drops mic.
Right.
so, like that alone, Osaka.
Powerful. Yeah.
And one thing, last thing in regards to what you mentioned with the ancestors got me thinking. So the U.S. Open, the finals is at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Those that don't know, Arthur Ashe, he's the first Black man and only Black man to win Wimbledon and also the U.S. Open. So, I mean, it's fitting that she did that at Arthur Ashe Stadium also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, y'all. So that was for the culture. Thank you so much, everyone, for your feedback. Let's go to That's Absurd, Faheem.
That's absurd.
Absurd, bro. What was absurd this week?
Oh my goodness. So
I want to hear this.
Right?
we're just gonna jump right in. Bradley Beal. So this week they just announced the NBA all first, second, and third teams. Bradley Beal is the first person ever in NBA history to average 30 points and 6 rebounds. My apologies, 30 points and 6 assists, and not be recognized on the first, second, or third team all NBA team. Absurd.
Caps. All caps.
Unheard of.
Like, first of all, I'm gonna see my comments real quick. This is BS. Like, this is actual BS, and it just kind of goes to the Luka winning this year at MIP. Like, literally, the NBA, the media, just an all boys or girls club. They have their favorites, and literally, I just feel that they pick who they like based on just their own preference, and it's not just based on numbers. I think numbers is a factor, but Bradley Beal has been snubbed how many times now, right? And actually, he quoted today. He said, quote unquote, it's ridiculous. That's what he said. So even he's upset the fact that I work hard every year. I've been pulling my team every year. I have the numbers. Why am I not chosen? So my question to the NBA and the media outlet, why isn't he picked? Is it like he's getting no votes? Is it because he's not popular enough? Like, what is it? And it could be his team. Maybe his team isn't on the popular market. If you see the picks this year, most teams are like, popular players are in bigger markets. So could it be that he's on the wrong team? I don't know, but it's just ridiculous. It's absurd. It's all absurd.
Well, to play devil's advocate, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, you said his team. Does the rest of the league view it as his team? Is he under the shadow of Wall?
Well, keep in mind, John Wall wasn't playing this year.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's fair.
The fact was, whether it's his team or he inherited it, this year, this is best year he's had while Wall wasn't there. In other words, you have Kawhi left, and then you have the successor being Pascal Siakam, right? Who inherited a situation. Bradley Beal inherited this situation, and he was second in scoring in the NBA this year to James Harden.
That's incredible. I don't know. Like, there's no logical answer. I'm literally trying to play devil's advocate.
No, I get you, and I like that. I like
makes
that.
sense. I'm thinking maybe the other seasons when Wall was playing, maybe he was looked at as the second option, and because of that, he's just always going to be overshadowed. Maybe that's how they were looking at it. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. The numbers are there.
I think, I think he shouldn't have been snubbed. I think this is the year for him, like as you mentioned, 30 points, 6 assists. I think, is it 4 rebounds? Four rebounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the year for him to get the vote, to get the nod. And I'm not really sure what it is. I'm not sure if it's the coach that didn't give him the vote or if it's the fans, because I know the fans do
No,
vote as well.
it's the media. There's the media that votes
Yeah.
specifically for
The
this
media.
So
award,
like
Okay.
right?
media votes, right? So ESPN. So my
So
thing is that is it popularity, Faheem? Like, what is it? The
well,
popularity?
I mean, okay, let's deal with the most obvious thing. His team was one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference, right? They're near the bottom. They won like 25 games all year. So he's on a losing team. So that's one of the, if you want to play devil's advocate, that's an argument people say, oh, his team wasn't even invited to the bubble, right?
Mhm.
But it's not a team award. Um, he wasn't just putting up monster numbers, but he was doing it at a great clip. Like his percentage was great. I mean, he
Yeah.
shot at 35% from 3-point line for the amount of shots he shoots. That's good. He shot 45% from the field. That's solid.
Very solid.
So he wasn't able to lead his team to wins, but how he played, um, like those, ballers know, you know what I'm saying? Like if you talk about like who was some of the most lethal scorers in the league, Bradley Beal would have to be a top 5 scorer, pure scorer in the league right now, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to throw this out real quick. So there's first, second, and third team. The first they didn't get first team, understandable. Second team, question, that's fine, understandable. Third team, here's what happened in the third team. Jason Tatum, 23 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. So right off the top, we know that Bradley Beal's numbers are better than Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was on a better team. But where it gets kind of weird is there's other notable players that just missed with Bradley Beal. Here's who he's grouped up with, the people that just missed that third team. Chris Middleton, he had 82 votes for that third team, which is fair. Chris Middleton's on the Milwaukee Bucks,
Yeah.
number 1 team in the league. That's fine. Joel Embiid, 79 votes, which is fair. Philly had a decent showing. Joel Embiid played well this year. That's fine. But if you're going to tell me Chris Middleton had 82, Joel Embiid had 79, Bradley Beal had 32 votes. There's such a huge gap between Middleton, Joel Embiid, Joel Embiid, and Bradley Beal. That makes me think something with the system's not right. And I just want to throw this out. Marc Gasol, about 7 years ago, he was Defensive Player of the Year. So he held the trophy, and he was a Defensive Player of the Year, but he wasn't on the defensive first team. Like, he wasn't. So he won the award. The NBA recognized him as the best defensive player in the league, but he was on the defensive second team.
Politics.
Like, think about that.
It's
Yeah.
politics.
It's
I
politics.
really think agents of these players are pitching to the media to vote for them. That's because I'm like, if I'm an agent and I know if my player, if my athlete makes it to this list, it's going to open up doors for them, endorsement wise and so forth. So I really think the agents and who represents these players are the ones pushing, saying, hey, like ESPN, hey, you guys vote for this player because Like, I think there's a lot of politics it's called politics in the NBA and the media that's not allowing raw talent like Bradley Beal to get recognized.
Mhm.
But I have another devil's advocate question here. Who do we feel? So we all agree he got snubbed. He was snubbed.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was he snubbed for?
I say Jason
who doesn't
Tatum.
deserve
I
to be
think
there?
Tatum. Well,
I think Jason Tatum is like his numbers, his clear numbers are better than Jason Tatum.
but Tatum's on Boston.
And
Well, that's what I'm
Boston's
saying.
still
Yeah.
playing.
Right, but keep in mind it's a
It
regular
was
season.
done.
It's a
Yeah,
regular
it was
season
done,
award.
but it just lends itself, more validity. Let's just say for Tatum
Mhm.
to get it right now. I'm just saying, as from a devil's advocate standpoint, he's
No, I
still
got you.
playing.
I got you.
Yeah. And I
So-
think another argument that was made was regarding this award specifically, the team's performance.
Right.
Right. So that was the argument that was made, and because the team performance is poor in terms of records, and that's one of the reasons why he was overlooked. But nonetheless, the numbers speaks volume.
Yes,
The
it
numbers
does.
speaks volumes. So you
Right.
can't overlook stats. Numbers don't
No.
lie.
No.
There's politics. There's definitely
Yeah,
politics.
There's
No
so
doubt.
much
Politics.
politics.
exactly.
And we know the American media has their own little politics against any Toronto Raptor, anything. So I'm actually shocked that Siakam even made him. Oh, Siakam! I was surprised because I'm like, yes, they like him, but still, I was surprised he even made the top on the teams this year.
No. Okay. Pascal Siakam had to be
Well,
had
us,
to be
yes.
his regular
I'm saying, like,
season.
we've
He
seen
had to
how
be a second.
the media ignored the Raptors a
Right.
long
Yeah.
time. So I'm just saying that I'm happy they recognize Siakam, but I
Right.
was kind of like, oh, cool, they did it. And like I think
Right.
our rookie also made it too, second team as well.
Hey,
Yeah, he made the rookie team.
politics. That's all I gotta say. It's politics.
Yes,
There's no
sir.
way around it.
It is. It is. Big time politics.
All right.
Yo, well, that was episode 5.
That was episode number 5.
As Faheem will say, it's in the books.
Put that one in the books.
Bang,
That's
bang,
right.
bang, bang.
Thank
Bang.
you so
One
much,
for the
both of you
books.
guys, for joining us. Honestly, it was a pleasure to have you guys on the podcast today. Before you guys leave, though, we have a tradition, okay? You have to do a shout out to something, somebody, could be anyone that you want to shout out in your crew, but do a quick shout out for the folks here, and then we'll end the podcast. Yeah. So who wants to go first?
I've been going first all night. I'll let Bodie take this one.
Okay. Go,
Shout
Bodie.
out. I'll take it based on your recommendation. So shout out to my boy, Inches. Shout out. Look out for this on YouTube. Shout out.
All right. I'll shout out my wife. I won't put the camera on her right now. She'll kill me. Shout out The Matrix. Shout out Motion. I want you to shout out my boy Bodie. Check out his single. And I want to shout out myself. Check out my single too. Check out my page. I want to shout myself out too. And I want to shout out you guys for having us. Really appreciated this. Lots of fun. And I like the topics we covered. Really look forward to watching this.
Respect.
I want to add to that too. I want to thank you guys. Good Rookies podcast. Amazing. Thank you for having me. This is a great platform. I think I enjoy what I enjoy most is the theme that you guys cover here. I don't think it's something that's common on a lot of podcasts because I do take in podcasts quite frequently, and the topics are quite the same, you know, outside of this. So I like the uniqueness. I like the uniqueness in the theme, and yeah, thank you guys for having me. And yeah,
episode 5.
Yeah. Salute. That's right. So I want to throw an audible out here right now.
Ooh.
We've never done this before.
Okay.
We haven't been, blessed to have 2 recording artists on our podcast. I like to see, just throwing it out there, if you just want to spit a little something real quick that's on your mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let me see. How do I start this? I'm just a starving artist. Opportunities don't come around so often. I'm searching for my highest self in a book sitting on the highest shelf. But my ladder, it ain't got enough steps. I feel like faith is broken. On top of that, I'm depressed. And now the bass is loaded. And I'm the batter up next. Heck, stress and life's mess, I guess, is quite blessed. The fact that I'm breathing only means that I'm blessed.
Set the precedence.
Sorry, Bodie, I had to do it.
The bar's high, real high. All right, I'm just gonna do a cappella. I shoot my shot and never miss the point. Niggas shoot their shot like two guards, but still they miss the point. I'm reached the point where nothing matters but the missing point. Affirmation, this my fruition in case you missed the point. I stay connected if I'm misinformed. They endorse me like a villain, inspire niggas like Park in a living form. Spiritual healing, but I'm living form. I'm dream chasing like Meek, they see the vision like it's really formed. I'm really torn, feel like Biggie, born again like I was really gone. Over healing, keep it cool like a ceiling fan. Shoot for the sky, sky's the limit till it hit the fan. God body, I'm going live, and I ain't talking about the gram. I turn nickels in a dime, did it in a nick of time. I fall like car seats, I just recline, realign. Niggas ain't on the low. I see the sign. Gotta get deep in the sky to peep the sign. Whew. I got desire that's burning inside. Life is what you make it. You decide. So pick a side. Caught up in the matrix. Pick a pill. Choose a high. Sheesh.
You know when rappers go woo to their own bars, you know they're in the zone.
Just a little something.
Wow, the talent, guys.
Yo, Bodie went overtime. I was like, yo, like I just wanted like a little 8. You can't give us a
Double
whole
overtime and the W.
Listen,
man.
I was gonna keep going. I had to stop. I saw the clock ticking.
The talent. So, guys, we're gonna have all the information, the latest music, everything on our links on our actual socials. So please support the culture. Check these guys out. Thank you again for joining us. I'm gonna do my shout out quickly. I actually have a new addition to my family. My niece was born last week. She had surgery. Everything went well. Yoma, Auntie, so happy you're here. Thank you for health and prosperity. So shout out to my niece. My family.
Nice.
How about you, Faheem?
I got a quick shout out. Maya Moore, WNBA star. I don't know if you heard, but she took 2 years off to go fight. Fight for men in prison. Try and get him out. Use her platform as an athlete. He got out, so we will celebrate that. But there's been an advancement. I found out that they just got married.
Yay.
So the person she took 2 years off for to get him out of jail is now her husband. So salute Maya Moore. Love and basketball, right?
Yeah.
His name is Jonathan Irons. So congrats to, first of all, he was wrongfully convicted, as we know, a lot of Black men are, okay? Wrongfully convicted.
What age?
I'm not sure how long ago, but
Is it? Wow.
So it was 23 years, Jordan years, 23 years.
Wow.
Ago. Wrongfully convicted. She helped him, fought for him. He was released, and now they're married. So what a beautiful love story. Great shout out for him.
And the theme too, it just wraps up perfectly because we were talking about Osaka that used her platform to bring about change, and lo and behold, right? So
there you go.
Puts the bow on it.
That's right.
All right, guys. So please check out our episode. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. We're also everywhere. So please check out the episode, share your thoughts and your comments, and reach out to our guests.
That's right. # Good Tuesdays. We drop every Tuesday. So I guess all we're asking is if you like the content and the conversation, every Tuesday, look for us. Tell a friend and be part of the Good Rookies family. So that's episode number 5 in the books. Thank you very much to our guests for coming through. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Episode number 5, Good Rookies Podcast. And we out.
Peace.
Peace.